sorry. So this is an update slash response to my other video and other people's videos on why and how I ended up also having to deal with the situation of having a prosthetic eye. In most cases, everyone else's situation, no one can actually notice theirs. But in mine, I guess they actually could, because it's obvious. It came with a birth defect that I had when I was born. And it is called Anophthalmos. Anophthalmos, medical terms meaning it is either an absence of one or both ocular globes, including the organs too. So basically, you were born with either one or both sockets of your eyes completely empty, with no organs or anything, maybe just some veins or something to keep some blood circulating. And it's a very rare birth defect you can actually find people being born with nowadays. Well, actually, back in those times, in the 80s. Yes, so 20-something years of living with having to wear a prosthetic eye and having to deal with the being underestimated just because of a minor visual impairment. At first, it was severe, and then after some time, I had plenty of reconstructive surgeries to actually get myself to look at like this way, the way I am now. Comfortable with everything now, yeah. All the other stuff, the prosthetics, actually happy about it now, and I don't know, maybe I'd actually have some more stuff done. Just get a designer eyeball or something. Like the guy, One Eye Jack, did. His designs for his prosthetics are really cool. But of course, he was part of the military, so his situation is different from mine. But I definitely seen the design. It's actually really cool. It inspired me to want to get a Coach logo on the prosthetic design. Coach is a C logo for my first name. My first name starts with a C, and so I want to get one that has a C, just similarly looking to the Coach logo. And so growing up with this very rare birth defect, Anophthalmos, we had a lot of people underestimating me, not expecting me to actually do all the things that I can actually do now. I am a musician, a poet, and an artist, a visual artist, as a matter of fact. Get that? A visual artist, using vision to do art. And creativity, as well as intuition. That all comes into a very interesting twist and turn and things like that. And people are just really shocked. It's part of like an everyday task is to like prove people wrong. Not even actually going, oh, I'm gonna prove somebody wrong. It is basically just being myself. There were some people who were pretty shallow about, oh, you have a prosthetic eye, I don't want to be your friend. And there are some people who say really mean things to you. Growing up, not a lot of people actually got away with saying things like that to me, because I didn't care if I was wearing a prosthesis. I would actually find a way to get them back. They would actually pick fist fights, and they wouldn't really win, because after they get you vexed up, it's a wrap. But, just for like the inner city kids, people who are very shallow with ugly hearts, who knows where they are today, don't really care, because they're probably dealing with issues about themselves anyways as well. Now I'm actually on my way to looking for grad schools in visual arts. Um, so yeah, I just decided to go on a whole talking rampage. I didn't really provide much detail about myself in my previous videos. I've just been doing responses to funny stuff. But since I actually seen the guy named One Eye Jack's video about what happened to him and how he got his prosthesis, it actually kind of made me want to do a video, and still debating whether or not if I actually want comments. And if anyone has to say anything to me, response about this, they can either email me or do a video response. Yeah. So avoid being just underestimated just because you were either born with one eye or something happened to you that made that happen. Most cases would be people would be getting into injuries and losing one of their eyes, and not a lot of people, I don't know what the statistics are, of people being born with a rare birth defect called Anophthalomos, which also, not only does it take away your vision, but it also kind of does something to your face, which makes you have to get plastic surgery every now and then. So each surgery is like a boost of confidence. I had a previous one, 2009. I actually felt extremely happy afterwards. I was just smiling from ear to ear every day. After 5 weeks of recovering, was able to actually take the prosthesis out and clean it, because it was also an operation to retain the prosthesis. Some other crazy wacky things were going on, and it all happened during like sophomore year of college. So people were like, is this some kind of trick where you could make your prosthetic eye fly out or something? And I said, no, it's actually a cosmetic malfunction. And I kind of chuckled about it, didn't really go, oh, I'm gonna get really mad, oh well. People are different. So, I'm done talking. I feel like I've been talking for years and years. My mouth feels like it's moving a lot. So I'm gonna quiet up and post this for you guys. Peace. And oh yes, and for the soldiers who had lost one of their eyes. Peace.